Hello everyone, this is Sue from Sue's Paper Creations. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, and today I wanted to share with you a very quick and easy last minute little table favor that you can put on your Thanksgiving table this weekend. I am having, let's see here, I think 16, we're up to 16 people for dinner, so I'm going to make these little crates, and I thought that they would be adorable with some little chocolates in there or little caramels. So this is just a really quick and easy project, and you know, you've still got time to whip up a dozen or so of these and have them to decorate your Thanksgiving table. Okay, so a couple projects that we are going to be using are from the holiday catalog. I have got a sprig punch, and I have got our beautiful background check, which is the buffalo check. So this stamp is awesome. You will be able to use this definitely year-round, switch up the colors, make it more kind of just like a plaid. I could picture that in spring as a little tablecloth background for a spring card, or through the fall and winter, kind of make it look more flannel-like. So for this project, we are going to be doing a little tone-on-tone for our little crate. Okay, so another thing that you will need is you will need some Stampin' sponges. I have got out 2 colors of ink. You could vary this project for sure and use different colors. I am using the soft suede and the pumpkin pie. And for stamp sets, just for a little tiny saying, I am pulling out a little hello here to put on my little white pumpkin for on the table. If you are going to have a signed seating at your table, you could always use these little crates for little name sayings as well. So you could write everybody's name on the pumpkins and put them at the table. I think that'd be really cute. You will see as we do it that you definitely want to, if you're going to do that, you're going to want to write all those names or stamp your saying before you assemble the pumpkin, because it's going to be too hard to try and do it afterwards. Okay? All right, so let us get started. Minimum amount of supplies, really quick project. So here we go. I am going to just pop everything aside. I am going to bring in my Stampin' trimmer, and for the base of our crate, we are going to be using soft suede. I'll just grab my trimmer here. I have been busy creating this morning, just different projects, getting ready for Christmas. So I will share some of those projects with you guys a little bit later on. All right, so here we go. So we have got the Stampin' trimmer, and I am going to just simply cut a piece of soft suede that is 4 by 4, just like that. That is all that you need. I'm actually going to cut one extra one because I want to show you guys 2 different ways in which you can use your big background stamps, different ways that you can stamp with them. And it really is preference to what you feel more comfortable doing. But I find I'm going to bring in our big background, and I'm just going to show you the 2 different ways that you can use to stamp with it, okay? So for inking it up, I always recommend that you actually use the ink pad and you press the ink pad to the large stamp. It's just easier than trying to do it the opposite way, and therefore you can see that you have got full coverage over your stamp. Now for stamping, this is where you have a couple options. Option number 1 would be you can place your piece of cardstock down like this, and that way you can kind of see where the pattern is. Now, to add pressure, you don't want to get a whole bunch of ink all over your hands. So what you can do is you can take a scrap piece of paper and just place it over top and give that a little rub. Just like that, like magic. And there you have your check. Okay, so that is the first way that you can stamp it. The second way is just, you know, traditional, put your piece of paper down and then stamp over top of it. Now for the big background stamps, I recommend that you get right, I stand up, I get right over top and place it just center. Now with this, you are just guessing where the pattern is going to be because you can't really place it. On a pattern like this, it doesn't matter too much because it's just all check, so you know it's fine. But if you had a background where you had different patterns throughout it, you might want to do it by placing the paper over top. But for stamping over top of it, I just like to add some even pressure and just give it a couple presses. I almost feel like I'm doing a little CPR on these big stamps, but you want to give nice even pressure and then just pull it up. It often sticks right to it. Let's see, get that for there, and there you go. So two different ways in which you can stamp with your big background stamps, both quick and easy. One, you have a little bit more control over where your pattern's going to be. The other one, you just go for it. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my Stampin' Trimmer back in, and we are going to do some scoring on our 4x4 piece of cardstock. So this is really quick. All you're going to do is you're going to work opposite sides, and you are going to come in 1.5 inches on one side. Now make sure you don't use your cutter. You want to make sure you're using your scoring blade, and you're going to just score 1.5. Then you're going to turn it all the way around, so you're scoring on the opposite side 1.5. Now you've got your two scores there. What I want you to do now is I want you to score the other two sides opposite. Okay, so we're going to bring it in 1 inch, and then we're going to switch it all the way around, and on the opposite side 1 inch. Okay, so you have got 1 inch from these sides, 1.5 inch from these sides. Okay, so that is all of the scoring that you need. You're going to then do your little creases here, just like so. Okay, and what I'm going to get you to do is, now you want to cut when you have the 1 inch on the outsides. Okay, so what you're cutting is this 1.5 inch piece, and you're going to go from the bottom, you're going to cut on that side score line, and you're going to cut up to this center score piece. Okay, you're going to do that on both sides. All right, then we're going to turn it around, and you're going to come in from the other direction exactly the same. So again, following those 1 inch score lines on the sides and bringing it up to the center piece. So what you end up with is 4 little tabs. Okay, following you guys? All right, we're time for assembly. So you can see these are fairly quick and easy little crates. I was quite happy when I was kind of playing around with this size paper to see what I could do, and I really, really like the way these look. They're the perfect size for just a little treat. Okay, so I am pulling in my tear tape. Now, just to let you guys know, tear tape as well as our dimensions and our foam strips, they are all part of the World Making Card Day. So we have got a sale that is on right now, and it is on sale until the 7th of October, which is tomorrow. So if you have not already stocked up on your tear tape, your dimensions, we have also got 12 by 12 basic cardstock, vanilla and white. We have got all of our amazing card kits, the ones that have everything that you need to make 20 cards. They're awesome for a gift. So those are also on. I think they're about $5 off. And again, just until tomorrow. So you want to grab those things while they are on sale. Okay. All right. So I have added adhesive, and I have added it to the printed side, so the side that's going to be the outside of the crate. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these tabs and I am going to just tuck them in behind the larger square piece, and that's just going to bring up the sides to create one part of our crate, and then do the exact same thing on the other side. So tuck them in behind, give them a little press, and there you have your quick and easy crate. Now if you wanted to, before you assembled, if you wanted to have a little rounded edge, you could always round these corners off, but you would want to do that before you assemble the box, just because while it is assembled, it's too hard to get in there with your corner rounder. But that is an option if you wanted a more rounded crate. Okay, so that is the crate part. Now we are going to get started on the pumpkins. So what you may not know is that it is so easy to create little pumpkins with all of your different size circles and all your different size ovals. So as you can see in this one, this pumpkin, if you look closely, I'll pull you in here, it actually uses ovals to create this pumpkin and circles to create this one. So I have brought in my layered ovals, and for this pumpkin, because it is a small crate, we are going to use the smallest oval, and I have already punched out a bunch of these because I still have a few more to make for my table. And then for the little round pumpkin, I am going to bring in some white scraps and my 1-inch circle punch, and I'm just going to punch out 3 of those. So I want to get all of the punching and everything and all the pieces ready, and then you guys can see how this all gets assembled. Okay, now for the little sprigs here, I'm going to bring in my sprig punch. And again, this is in our holiday catalog, but this is going to be awesome for all year round, for anything floral that you're doing, if you're making wreaths. If you look on YouTube right now, there's also some really cool ideas with these being antlers for a reindeer, and then, you know, using like a white piece like this and putting a little red nose on it, and it looks like a little reindeer. I've also seen 3D trees made out with these sprigs and lots of wreaths. So this is an awesome punch to grab. Okay, so there we have got our sprigs. Now what are we missing here? We're missing our little pumpkin toppers. So for the little stem, I am just bringing in a piece of early espresso cardstock. Okay, and all that I am doing is just cutting down, I'm going to do about maybe 1/2 inch piece by maybe not even 1/4 inch wide. I am going to just shimmy it on one side here so it makes this part that's going to be closer to the pumpkin a little bit more narrow, and then I'm just going to round off the top piece, and that's going to be the top piece of the stem. So there is one. Now I'm going to do the one for the little pumpkin, and I'm going to do that one just a tiny bit smaller, a little bit more narrow, and a little bit shorter. There we go. So there is our 2 little pumpkin tops. Now, for creating these pumpkins, makes a huge difference if you do some sponging around the edges, just to add some depth. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to just use 3 of them. So if you were to create a pumpkin without any sponging, this is what it's going to look like. Okay, now adding a little bit of sponging around the edges, you can just see how it adds quite a bit of depth to the pumpkin and just adds, you know, some dimensions. It makes it more real like. So it also, you know, turns those plain old ovals into a pumpkin. It really, really does make the difference to go that extra little bit and get out your sponges. So I use our Stampin' Sponges. They come in oval circles, and I just cut them into 4 or 6 pieces, and then I mark them with a little clip, and then I always use this one for my pumpkin pie. Okay, I like having the little handle because when I go to apply the ink to the edges, I don't get my fingers all inky, and it just makes for a nice sturdy thing to hang on to. Okay, so this is, I call this smooshing. This is a very, very technical term, and it makes lots of fun noises as you do it, but it makes a huge difference. So this, you definitely want to just take that extra time. It doesn't take very long. Just apply a little bit. I don't have to keep putting the sponge, you know, with each time I smoosh. I don't have to reapply more ink. There's enough on there because you just need a little bit. And you just want to go around the edges. Okay, so those are those three. Now while I'm at the smooshing here, I'm going to pull out my soft suede, and I am going to apply a little bit around these circles. And that again is just going to make those circles come to life with a little bit of shadowing around the edges, so that when we put them all together, it really does look like a pumpkin. Okay. A little bit more. Now while I have this round one apart, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and I've already got my soft suede out here. I'm going to bring in that little tiny hello, and I am going to stamp that now while it's flat, just so that I'm not having to try and stamp later on uneven surface when the pumpkin's put together. Okay, so there we have the little hello. Hello, love that. Okay, so now we are ready to assemble our little pumpkins. So easy, you're gonna take the centerpiece of your pumpkin, and I just have to grab my adhesive here. There it is. And I'm gonna add some adhesive on both sides. So I'm gonna go opposite sides. There we go, just like that. And I'm going to take the other circles, and I'm going to just layer them underneath. So just a little bit showing out from either side, like that. Okay. Then I'm going to take my glue dot, and I'm going to pull in that smaller little stem, add a little glue dot to it, just like that. And are we ready? Because this is what brings it to life here. There we go. So cute. So there is our one little pumpkin. Love it. Then we're going to bring in our second one. And again, just run that adhesive down both sides of that oval. Just like that. And we are going to add in, layer up the sides. So there's one. And there's two, just like that. Now for the oval one, you may notice I kind of tuck these bottom edges in a little bit more and make the top of it a little bit fuller. Just like that. Or sorry, opposite way around. Bring the top in, make it a little bit fuller towards the bottom, okay? Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and grab my stem and attach it underneath at the top. Oh my God, I love this. Just like that, okay? Now we're gonna decorate our crate. So for these little sprigs, I'm gonna cut a couple of them apart. And again, I'm gonna bring in my glue dots because I find this kind of the easiest way to apply these. And I'm gonna do a couple on the front. Just like so. There we go. And then I'm going to actually keep this set of sprig together, and I'm going to bring that one and I'm going to tuck it just inside and bring it in from the back. Okay. All right, so we are ready. I got an extra one there. I'm going to leave that one for now. Now I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Dimensions, and remember, these are on sale right now, you guys. So you want to grab these while they're on sale and stock up. There we go, and I'm going to apply one pumpkin, and then I'm going to apply the other one. We are coming to the end here. There. Look at how adorable that looks. It is perfect to put some caramels or chocolates in there and maybe a little note in each one. If you're personalizing it, so maybe something that you're thankful for that person, I think would be a nice added touch to have those at your place setting. So that is my project. I want to just let you know about a loyalty program that I have started, as well as the fact that tomorrow is actually my birthday, so October 7th. So as a little gift to all of you guys, if you are within Canada and if you place a order using my host code, this is it right here for October, I have got a couple things that you guys are going to get, okay? So if you happen to place an order that is $50 or more, as a little birthday gift, I am going to give you guys free shipping until the end of October. So when you place your order, I will get notification of it. When you have to use the host code, but I will get notification of it. And then I will transfer you what your shipping costs were for that order. So that is my way of giving you free shipping. Now, if you happen to use, and this is what my new loyalty program, and you can find information for this on my Facebook page. On the upper right, there's a little shop now button. So under Sue's Paper Creations, there's a little shop now, and then underneath it will say loyalty program with host code. So this is my way of including everyone into doing a party, because I have got hostess groups that come to my house. Everyone shares the hostess rewards. They each get a turn getting some free stuff with the hostess rewards. So I wanted to start something so that you guys would get a piece of those hostess rewards in the form of a monthly embellishment. So if you place an order, and it can actually be more than one order throughout 1 month. So in the month of October, if you place orders using the host code and your orders for that month add up to $90 before shipping and handling, then at the end of the month, I will gather up all the hostess rewards and I will get a whole bunch of these beautiful metallic pearls. And if you are one of those that happen to place $90 using the host code during the month of October, I will be mailing you a package of these pearls. So there is a limit of 1 per customer, but I will be mailing this off. Now, if your order is under $200, you want to use the host code. If it is over $200, I am still going to mail you off these beautiful pearls, but I want you to get your own hostess rewards as well. Okay, so that is my little gifts for you guys. So again, host code for October till the end of the month as a birthday gift for you guys. Any orders over $50 before shipping and handling using the code will get you free shipping. I will reimburse, and you can become part of the loyalty program if your orders, again, doesn't have to be all at once, but $90 within 1 month gets you the embellishment of the month. Okay, so have a fabulous Thanksgiving, you guys. Again, have fun. Make some last minute little crates for your table. If you don't want to use the pumpkins, think of these at Christmas time. You could put little trees on these same little crates. You could use the buffalo print, which I think would be beautiful. And you could put little tiny Christmas trees and use them for your Christmas table as well. So just a cute idea that you can kind of run with. Make it your own. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this little project. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love doing these projects for you guys. And if you want to tune into my Make It Monday Live with Sue Phillip, I do that every Monday morning on my Facebook page through Facebook Live. So there'll be a new project for you guys this Monday morning at 8 a.m. if you want to tune in. Okay? Have a great Thanksgiving, and thanks for stopping by.